Setting up your tracks for recording your mics and instruments in Studio One is pretty simple, straight to the point for both Windows and Mac. Today we're working in Studio One 3, but this is pretty similar in Studio One 4 as well. Just come up to your track drop-down menu here. Let's go ahead and select Add Tracks. And the Audio Tracks Properties menu is going to pop up with a few options. We can modify some of the different fields here. First field is our name for the track. If we want to call that something specific like bass, guitar, drum 1, or vocal 1, we can go ahead and modify that there. We're going to go ahead and leave the type alone as this is an audio track, but if we want to add more than one track, we'll go ahead and change that there. I'm going to go ahead and keep this set to 1, just to keep things nice and simple, and I'll let Studio One assign a specific color to that track. I normally would add the colors myself if I'm going to add anywhere from 4 to 8 or 12 or 16 tracks at one time. I'll go ahead and change the color myself, but because this is one, it's not really important. Now, format mono stereo. If I am working with just one mic for some type of broadcasting type of recording, I'm going to keep that set to mono, but sometimes I want to record microphones in pairs. If that is the case, I will go ahead and select that to stereo. For now, we are just recording one microphone, so we want to keep things simple. We'll keep that set to mono. I'm not going to work with any presets today, but go ahead and play around with those, audition those, and find one that suits your given scenario. And the input and output sections are here. If you're going to add more than one track, go ahead and click Ascending, and what Studio One will do is put this in order from top to bottom, audio track numbers, and automatically assign the inputs corresponding to your hardware mic pre's. In other words, if you have 4 inputs and you add 4 tracks, track 1 will be assigned to the first input, the second input will be assigned to track 2, and through all of the other inputs, 3 and 4, or if you add 8 or 16 and your interface offers 16 inputs, Studio One takes care of that for you. So once that's done, go ahead and click OK. I'm going to go ahead and make my track a little bit larger here, if I can just get a hold of it. And finally, what I'm going to do is record and enable my track. And the minute I do that, if all of my inputs are set up, I should immediately see my virtual VU meter respond. Quick tip here, as you can see, what I did was disable the input monitoring here in Studio One. You may or may not be able to hear this doubling effect. It's a little robotic. I want to go ahead and shut that off because with the Claret 8 Pre, which I'm using today for this video, it's already set up by default to input monitor if I have the inputs active in the control software, which is Focusrite Control. So I can either mute the tracks in Focusrite Control, or I can mute, or rather disable, this input monitoring here in Studio One, and this will make sure that I don't get that doubling annoying delay on my inputs while I'm recording and monitoring at the same time. Finally, when you're ready to record, go ahead and come down to Studio One's transport. I do have a pre-count set up, 4 beats, so once I click this, I've got time to prepare for recording. You can have that set to what you want. If you don't set the pre-count at the metronome, then Studio One is just going to launch the recording immediately. If you're still having problems with getting your microphone set up or no inputs coming into your Studio One session, please let us know. Get in touch with us at Focusrite Innovation Technical Support, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks for tuning in. More to follow.